Hey, what's up, everybody? Monday morning, a little after 9 a.m. on the West Coast. Stock market's down today. It looks like we're heading to lows. We're battling in our portfolio, and we're actually slightly up on the day, which is always great. Led higher by Maxar, um, which is actually sold off a little bit. We're actually going to close this guy out. All right, first of the day. So, had a nice 10% win on that, and I wanted to close it. Sorry, just notification after notification. Um, you've got my focus now. All right, so we're slightly up. We closed our Maxar. That was a quick move up higher, which is great. That's just an interesting company to me. I love their Instagram. It's not a great reason to own them because they make they make satellite imagery and uh, technical equipment, but it's super high quality. It's interesting stuff. But every time that it pops, I'm letting it go. And if it drops again, then we'll pick it back up. But rode that from about 28 bucks to 31, so we'll let that go. Um, we're mostly fully invested. Um, just close that max R position so I have a little bit of cash. What I want to do here is I want to raise a little bit of cash, and I think what I want to do is I'm going to cut my B levels from, you can see our A's and B's. We're going to cut our B's down to 2,500, and we're going to reset our, I want to buy a little bit of what's selling off at the top. So um, we have a $3,300 position um, in target. I want to cut that down. We can call it, 800 bucks. That's good. And we'll take 165.75. And why I want to do this is I just want a little bit more cash. Um, we're going to stay invested, but I just want to kind of be nimble here just because there's a lot of um, headline risk and the deal for I think there's going to be money coming. You've heard me say it over and over and over again. I think there's money coming with the stimulus. Um, if they don't do a deal on the stimulus in the next 48 to 72 hours, it's not going to happen until after the election. And unless the election is really clear one way or the other, it's going to take 60 votes in the Senate to do a package. So if things change in any way, or if they, you know, I mean, it's just, there's a lot going on that, those Senate votes, I think, are really the most important part of the whole equation um, in order for stimulus to happen. So I don't know. We'll see. I think they're going to both make a deal that's a little bit more flexible now before the election. Um, and if they don't, we have 2, 3 days to get through, and then it will be off the table. Then the market will just digest the fact that we're not going to have it. And if that's the case, then I want to be more consolidated back in my A's. Um, and we've had a little bit of a sell off. So I'd like to add, at least a share of Tesla here. We'll start with that. I want these A levels to be a little over um, 5,300 bucks. We're gonna play this. We'll just get in. Want to add one share of Nvidia. we're going to hold a little bit extra Tesla through this earnings. Sorry to be kind of broken up, thinking about a lot of different things here. Let's just chop down these B's to 2,500. When I say my B level, I've set the portfolio up to have two different tiers of stocks. We have our A levels, which are going to be positions that are, 5,000 to 5,500. And then we're going to have our B levels, which are going to be 2,500 to 3,000. And then we're going to have our C levels, which are going to be, 1,000 to 1,500 bucks. And that is a simple way for me to express the risk that I see in the market. If there's more risk in the market, I tend to consolidate toward the A's. And if I feel confident in the market, like if I was confident there was a bailout package coming, I'd want to be more spread out to the C's. I think it's probably 50-50 that we get a bill. I don't like to play for that stuff short term. It's just such a crazy ocean of headlines we're in. So I feel like you become defensive just by owning really high quality stocks. So have a little pop in Zillow. We're just going to stay disciplined, and we're just going to sell a tiny bit just to keep this in check with our other B's. And then if this market here continues to sell off, like it's just selling off here as we sit here and yap, having a little bit more cash, I'm not concerned with that. So just going to keep trimming. And again, say it almost every show, but we don't have fees in any of these accounts. So you can trade small. It's going to automatically price improve your offers. So like if we look at that, that price improved 47 cents on that offer. So that's why I'm not ever really too concerned about hitting the price exactly, as long as we get in the ballpark. We're already timing the market as much as we need to be. So we have 2,600 bucks in cash. We're just going to keep, I consider this right sizing the position. And this is less about how I feel about these individual stocks and more about how I just want to have the overall portfolio kind of situated together. I consider these slight adjustments and maintenance. Gives me a reason to come on and chat with you guys, but I do this in some form all the time, where I'm just trying to ride momentum in quality names that I know and understand, that I've done my homework, before I've gotten to this point. And then once we're in the market, like, you shouldn't be doing your market research while the market is open. The market is closed more than it's open, so you should be doing your research off hours. And then when you're ready to go, I'm just kind of riding the momentum of the market and how I kind of feel the next couple of weeks going. And I have my same tools that I pull out of the toolkit, and I just apply different opinions of the market or the economy or what's going on through these different tools that we have, these individual stocks that provide different, economic value or whatever it is that they do. Just continuing to churn. This fucking So we still got a little work to do on churning these down. I want these B's to be even a little bit smaller. I like DocuSign there. We'll get CrowdStrike down one more. And chip away. And we're just kind of getting closer to where I want these to be. Again, always less concerned about we'll just call these C's a wash for now. I also always feel like the speculative smaller stuff, I mean, I'm not going to miss the boat by being invested in other areas. Into this week, I feel a little bit more defensive. I want to stay fully invested here. I want to be on Tesla's quarter coming up on the 21st. We'll bulk up our square just a tiny bit. We'll move our A's to about 4,400. It's really an arbitrary number, but I think it's important to be consistent with just, I have my own method. I have my own process for how I'm, rotating my portfolio, but I stay consistent. Man, if these alerts don't go away, I mean, good Lord. Sorry for the distracted podcast. This is probably our worst live stream, so apologize for that. A's are around 5,500. Our B's are going to be around 2,500. Brick, just, dude. All right, I'm getting frustrated, so I'm going to sign off this. All right. So we have 5K in cash. We've rotated. Check on the markets. They're looking ugly. I'm happy to kind of be intact here with what we got. Let's take a look at the sectors real quick. Solar's crushing it today. That's interesting. The top two are solar and energy services, or oil and gas services. Those normally don't trade together. Kind of a smattering all over the place of growth and silver and, mostly growth. Biotech's getting crushed. Some healthcare and financials. So, I mean, this is really kind of an interesting day where there's what's happening with our individual. Seems like there must be some pretty decent moves in some bigger stocks. Penn and DraftKings on the constant COVID news. Again, I say this like literally every single one. I think these are going to be good stocks once we get a little bit more footing on COVID stuff. Maxar with the big move that we took advantage of the pop. We owned that guy and let that go. Probably a little early, I think. That's all good. Take our profit, rolled out of our C's. Let's let this work a little bit. I don't feel real confident about diving all the way back in. We're 90% invested. That can be enough for today. Square continues to rampage. Let's go. Just an incredible story this has been. Square will need the stimulus package to happen for them to really start pressing all-time highs. They're about at all-time highs right now. All-time highs is 193. They're at 189, 190. Once they get to get to 200, to get through 215 to 220, to add another 10, 12% to the value of the company, they're going to need a bailout plan that involves them being pretty heavily invested in the or involved in the distribution of the PPP money, which they were in the last round, and they're really well suited to deliver that to small lenders or to small vendors. I'm losing it. We're going to sign off for now. Sorry, kind of distracted on the first part of this. This is a weird market today, guys. A sell-off, that double. I mean, the action at 288.50. I mean, that's a pretty nasty sell-off. What I would love to see here is a bounce off this. We're in a 1 minute chart, so a little reversal here mid-morning would be beautiful if we could hold this number. But we're also, if you look at the oscillator or the stochastic, we're also getting to the point where it's taken a lot of momentum just to get back up to this trend line. So let's chill out on this market. Let's hold a little bit of cash. Let's keep an eye on the market. Shopify booming. Overall, this seems pretty healthy, but there's also some really good, high quality names that are kind of getting dragged. Let's do an afternoon one. I'll sign on either late morning or afternoon. We'll do another live stream. We'll put the rest of this money to work, one way or the other. Always appreciate your support for the live stream. Hope you're having a good day, good start to your week. Hope your portfolio is in the green, and I will check in with you guys in a few hours. Have a good day.